The deal, man. Another episode of Fueled by Kraft-SPN. Just covering a few things today: some college football, some NBA things, some NFL, and even some college basketball, which is happening as I'm recording this. Some transfer portal updates. LSU currently have the #1 ranked portal and recruiting class combined out of the entire college football, ranked #1. So it looks like they brought the Avengers to the boot. In my opinion, in football, arguably the top 3 most important positions are quarterback, tackle, and defensive end. And LSU was able to acquire the #1 player at each of those positions in the portal. Sam Levitt, the #1 quarterback, now at LSU. Jordan Seaton, the #1 tackle, now at LSU. And Prince Will from Ole Miss, the #1 edge, has also followed Lane Kiffin to LSU. And they also added 2 100-plus catch wide receiver guys. The first one being Jaylen Brown, 115 receptions, 1,972 yards, and 13 total touchdowns. They get him from K-State. And then Eugene Wilson from Florida comes in with 107 career receptions, 1,043 yards, 10 touchdowns. So you buff up the offensive line that was kind of struggling last year. You improve from quarterback, in my opinion, going from Grant Nussmeier to Sam Levitt. And then you add 2 100-plus catch wide receivers. I think that'll always benefit a wide receiver room. Lane's putting in work. He said the NIL and the portal was going to be used heavy. And they're just doing a really good job of utilizing their resources and getting the guys that they said they were going to get. Leading up to the Jordan Seaton signing, I seen Lane Kiffin went to go visit him in Atlanta. So pretty adamant about not, giving up on Jordan Seaton. Rumors are that Miami offered him $7 million, and pretty late in the process, Lane Kiffin threw in an extra million to bring it at $8 million, which was able to secure Jordan Seaton. So we've got guys in college football making $8 million now, and this is for our offensive linemen. So just imagine what the command will be for the #1 quarterback in the portal like 5 years from now. So, man, shout out to Lane Kiffin and everybody else down at LSU doing what they need to do to improve. Moving on to some professional basketball in the NBA. As of right now, they just dropped the most recent MVP ranking ladders. They usually do the top 3 to 10 players, but really just focus on the top 3. And according to the NBA rankings, right now we've got Shai at #1, Joker at #2, and Luka at #3. I'm going to make a video about this and get more in detail. I think he's got to be, if not one of the most overrated superstar that we have across all sports. But I just can't have somebody personally, in my opinion, a top 3 player in the world, and you're just that bad at defense. For as much as we like points, basketball isn't just offense, it's also played on defense. It's not like football where guys are specifically on one side of the ball. In the sport of basketball, you have to play both sides. And he's just that bad of a defender. And compared to other superstars, he's not as efficient either. So I wouldn't put him in top 3. My ranking currently right now based off what's played and not namesake, because Joker hasn't even played in I don't know how long. My #1 is SGA, so I do agree with them right there. But I've got Jaylen Brown at #2 and Cade Cunningham at #3. Jaylen Brown right now is averaging 29 points per game, which is 4th in the entire NBA. He's averaging 6 rebounds to go along with 4 assists. He's got 3 straight double-doubles of 25-plus points. And he flirted with breaking Larry Bird's record of, I think, 9 straight or 10 straight games with like 30-plus points in Celtic franchise history. So he's been rolling, and right now without Jason Tatum, he's got the Celtics at 3rd in the East. And I speak for myself when I say I thought the Celtics were going to be more like a play-in team with Jason Tatum receiving that season-ending injury. But looks like he might be coming back earlier than I expected, and the Celtics are doing a lot better than I expected. So shout out to Jaylen Brown. I've got him 2nd right now on my MVP ranking. And then Cade Cunningham, he's averaging 25 points per game, 5 rebounds a game, 9 assists a game. And he's got the Detroit Pistons the 1st in the East right now, something that I think I wouldn't be saying in a long time. If you would have asked me 2-3 years ago, I think they were still pretty far away. But he's improved tremendously. He's kind of hitting a slump right now. He was dealing with a little injury. But that's just a small sample size of what he's been doing the entire season. He's leading this Pistons team to do some great things. And like I said, got them #1 in the East. So Shai, Jaylen Brown, and Cade Cunningham are my top 3 MVP votings right now. Speaking of SGA, he's got 20-plus points in 115 straight games. Wilt Chamberlain has a record of 126 games. So I think Shai, that would make him 12 games away from breaking that record. He's set to break that record against the Brooklyn Nets if he's able to continue that streak. As I'm recording this, Tennessee is on a 5-game win streak against Alabama. They just took on Alabama and got the victory on the road for Alabama, 79-73. An SEC match. Yeah, Nate went 10 for 20, 29 points, and Philon had 26 points guard out of Alabama. So really exciting matchup. I was just watching the end of it as I was recording this. So just thought I'd let you guys know the update on that score. Some good SEC hoops. Moving on, Trey Burke got his jersey honored in Michigan last night. Pound for pound, easily one of the best college basketball players ever. Won College Basketball Player of the Year. Was a unanimous All-American in 2013. Ended up being a top 10 pick. And I think he played pretty close to 9 to 10 years in the league. So pretty successful career. And if I'm not mistaken, he's still balling overseas. But shout out to Michigan for hanging that jersey up for Trey Burke. Sticking to the trend of college basketball, my Jayhawks just got done taking on Kansas State in the Sunflower Showdown on the road. Kansas comes out victorious 86-62. No Darren Peterson. I was pretty much advocating to kind of sit him out and get him ready for this BYU game that we got next week against AJ DeBansa. Going over the box score really quick. It wasn't really a close game, especially going down the stretch. Flory had an amazing game, 21 points, 10 rebounds. Bryson Tiller, 16 points, 7 rebounds. He went 6 for 8 from the field, so really efficient. 4 for 4 from the free throw lines. 4 for 4 from the free throw, which is really good considering the fact he's really not the greatest free throw shooter. Melvin Counsell, to no surprise, 17 points, 12 assists. Only 1 turnover, so did a really good job of taking care of the ball. Trey White, 13 points, and Marco Jackson had 19 off the bench. This is all without Darren Peterson. God forbid any crazy injuries with this Kansas Jayhawks team. I think this is a team that can make some noise in March, and one of the teams that you would want to avoid in the bracket. So that's all I got for college basketball. Real quick on the NFL, Phillip Rivers just interviewed for the Bills head coaching job yesterday. I've been seeing a lot of teams kind of be quick and pretty urgent at hiring these coaches, but I can't help but to think that our candidates just not interested in this job. Do they just love Phillip Rivers that much, or do they think he'll be that great of a coach in the NFL? Or it could be simply somebody in the organization that's high on Rivers, wants to get him going early in the coaching process and get him this experience interviewing for head coaching jobs, so later down the line he can kind of know what to expect. Whatever the case may be, Phillip Rivers interviewed for the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. I think it'll be a pretty interesting tandem if he lands there with Josh Allen. Really quick to touch on college basketball. This college basketball freshman class has to be on steroids, bro. A lot of guys balling out. Today against Utah, AJ DeBansa had 43 points. Keaton Wagler from Illinois dropped 46 on Purdue in a ranked performance on the road. Kingston Fleming had 42 against Texas Tech. Darius Acuff, 31 points against LSU. And Cam Boozer, who I think might be the player of the year, 32 points against Wake Forest. The draft class as a whole is loaded, but this freshman class specifically is doing some things I've never seen a freshman class do in any sport. If you have a top 15 pick in this year's draft, I think you can strike gold with who you land. Like a guy like Keaton Wagler, in my opinion, he might fall out of the top 5, which would be pretty much a steal, assuming that a lot of these guys do declare for the draft. So for us to be snowed in today, really exciting day of hoops. We can look forward to this AJ DeBansa, Darren Peterson matchup here coming next week at Allen Fieldhouse. And I'll do a video more deep diving into that here as we get closer to the game. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I appreciate you guys for watching Fueled by Kraft.